My child, something is happening right now that the world will soon talk about. 5 minutes ago, a woman stepped out of a vehicle with police all around her, lights flashing, sirens fading in the distance, and people pressing forward just to see her face. She couldn't see them, because her eyes were covered. Her hands were bound. Her steps were slow, cautious, almost like she was walking into the unknown. Everyone there whispered the same question: who is she? Cameras pointed at her. Journalists shouted. People recorded every second on their phones. But nobody in that crowd truly understood what they were watching. They thought it was just another arrest. Just another criminal. Another story for television. They have no idea. Because the story behind this woman will soon shake hearts, shock leaders, and make a nation tremble. This is not a small case. And she is not someone random. She carries a last name that opens doors. She carries a connection that most people only hear about on the news. And you, my child, are not hearing this by accident. Before the news spreads, before people argue, before lies start spreading like wildfire, heaven wants you to hear what really happened. Not to feed fear. Not to stir gossip. But to show you that even in the darkest places, truth has a way of breaking through. When she stepped out of that van, there was something about her that confused everyone. She didn't shout. She didn't cry. She didn't fight. She looked tired. Empty. Almost as if she already knew that everything she had tried to control had slipped out of her hands. And yet, something happened that no one expected. Just when the officers were leading her forward, a phone rang. Not just any phone, the highest-ranking officer standing there. He answered, listened, and his entire expression changed. His voice softened. His posture shifted. And then he walked toward the woman and placed the phone gently into her hands. Why would a prisoner be allowed to answer a call like that? She lifted the phone to her ear, and the moment she heard the voice on the other side, everything inside her changed. The shaking stopped. Her fear seemed to melt. Her breathing slowed, and for the first time since the handcuffs locked, she looked steady. What did that voice say? Only a few calm words. I'm here. Stay strong. Nothing will happen to you. That was enough. Not because the words were magical, but because of who spoke them. Her father. A man whose voice carries authority. A man who moves in places most people never see. A man whose influence reaches beyond ordinary limits. When he speaks, powerful people listen. When he makes a request, rules start bending. Investigations slow. Papers disappear. Stories change. This woman is not only a daughter. She is the daughter of power. And without anyone saying it out loud, every officer around her felt the pressure. Every reporter sensed there was something larger happening behind the scene. Justice felt heavy. Truth felt trapped. But listen to me, my child. Power can hide many things. But it cannot hide everything forever. Her father believes her name can stop storms. He believes his connections can erase history. He believes that what happens in secret will never be seen. But there is one thing he has not understood. Heaven sees what people try to cover. She has done things she thought nobody would ever discover. She crossed lines because she believed nothing could touch her. She hurt people because she assumed she would never face consequence. And each time she escaped trouble, she grew more confident that she was untouchable. She wasn't lost by accident. She chose roads covered in shadows. She walked further each time. She silenced her conscience. She ignored every warning. And the people around her helped her hide it, because they feared the man who loved her. But fear cannot erase truth. Her father is trying to rewrite the story. He is calling favors. He is promising things. He is threatening others. He is ready to twist the system to save his child. Not because she is innocent, but because he is terrified of what the world will think of him if her truth becomes known. Yet, my child, there comes a day when hidden things rise. There comes a moment when lies no longer hold their shape. When walls crack. When secrets leak through. And when the hand that thought it controlled everything finally realizes that control was an illusion. The world may try to bury truth. Heaven does not. But here is where the story turns, and here is where you must listen closely. This message is not about judging her. Not about praising punishment. Not about cheering sabotage. It is about what God does when power meets truth. When corruption meets justice. When fear meets exposure. Because what is coming is bigger than a courtroom. It is a lesson. A sign. A wake-up call. A reminder that no matter how high a throne may stand, it is still beneath heaven's authority. Soon the news channels will break the story. People will shout opinions. Rumors will grow. Some will defend her. Some will attack her. Some will use it for politics. Some will use it for attention. But I want you to watch something different. Watch how power reacts when it realizes it cannot control what God allows to be seen. Watch how arrogance softens when truth refuses to bow. Watch how a family built on pride begins to feel what humility tastes like. And while the world watches the scandal, I am asking you to watch your own heart. Because I am not just exposing her family. I am teaching you about your season. My child, you have walked through silent seasons where you felt overlooked. You have tried to do right with no one noticing. You have been honest even when it cost you. You have lost sleep choosing integrity when compromise looked easier. And sometimes, you wondered, does truth even matter anymore? I tell you now, yes. And I am about to show you publicly that I defend the righteous in ways the world cannot explain. I am about to lift those who walked with humility. I am about to pour favor over those who stayed clean when they could have chosen shortcuts. You are stepping into a new time. The dry days where you waited, where doors stayed closed, where prayers echoed back unanswered, those moments did something inside you. They built character. They shaped wisdom. They deepened faith. And now, like clouds forming after a long heat, something is gathering over your life. Rain. Not just blessing in one area. Covering. Saturating. You will see doors open. Quiet opportunities becoming loud. People noticing what they once ignored. Situations that once resisted you beginning to cooperate. Not because you forced it, but because heaven shifted the atmosphere. I will bring peace to relationships that exhausted you. I will remove connections that secretly drained you. I will guard your loved ones in places you cannot see. I will strengthen your body where weakness tried to take root. I will restore joy where heaviness lived too long. And the blessings coming will not feel rushed. They will feel right. They will come at the time they were always meant to come, after your heart learned what it needed to learn. After patience was formed. After trust was planted deep. So while the world watches a powerful man realize he cannot outrun truth, you will watch something different. You will watch me prove that I never forget the ones who walk honestly with me. The spotlight will shine on his failure. My favor will quietly rise over your life. And when people ask how everything changed, you will know. It wasn't luck. It wasn't chance. It wasn't human help. It was timing. It was grace. It was the season after drought. My child, lift your head. Stay grounded. Stay compassionate. Do not celebrate anyone's downfall. Do not desire judgment just to feel powerful. Learn from what is unfolding and let it shape your wisdom. Because every story the world sees carries a lesson for the heart willing to listen. And yours is ready. The rain is coming. And this time, nothing will stop it. My child, I need you to stay with me a little longer, because what is happening behind that arrest, behind the whispers, behind the flashing lights, it is not only a story of crime. It is a mirror. A mirror that reveals what happens when people build their lives on influence but forget to build their hearts on truth. Her father spent his entire life climbing ladders. Every connection. Every alliance. Every handshake in secret rooms. He gathered power the way others gather possessions. He believed leadership meant protection without accountability. He thought loyalty meant silence, even when silence meant injustice. He loved his daughter deeply, but he loved control even more. And now, standing in his office, phone still warm from that call, his mind is racing. Not about what is right. Not about what is fair. His fear is not for the victims. His fear is not about the laws broken. His fear is this: what will this do to my image? He is pacing back and forth across a floor polished to shine, while outside, people cry for justice. Advisors rush in and out. Lawyers speak in low voices. Strategies are whispered like secrets. Statements are drafted and redrafted. And every plan they make has one goal: how can we make this disappear? But my child, truth has already begun to move. Truth is not a rumor. Truth is not controlled by television channels. Truth is not owned by politicians. Truth belongs to heaven. And when heaven decides, it is time, every door that was locked begins to unlock on its own. Papers that were hidden begin to reappear. Witnesses who were afraid suddenly find strength. And people who once bowed to fear now stand with courage. This is not humiliation. This is correction. This is the place where pride learns it cannot outrun consequences forever. And while all this unfolds, I want you to see something even deeper. Because heaven is not only exposing corruption. Heaven is preparing hearts. When leaders fall, societies learn. When hidden darkness is revealed, people understand how fragile power truly is. And they begin searching for something greater than fame and position. They begin searching for meaning. They begin searching for truth. They begin searching for me. But, my child, listen carefully. You are not being shown this story so you can gossip. You are being shown this story because I am training your spirit. I am teaching you how to stand firm when others are shaking. I am teaching you to recognize false strength when you see it. I am teaching you that favor built on honesty lasts longer than power built on manipulation. And while the world stares at their breaking, heaven is preparing your rising. You have asked questions quietly at night: why did that opportunity pass me? Why was I overlooked when I had worked so hard? Why did they choose someone else, someone less sincere? You thought heaven was ignoring your faithfulness. Heaven was protecting it. If you had been promoted before your character deepened, you would have been surrounded by the same systems now crumbling around them. If doors had opened too soon, you might have been tempted to compromise. If you had received recognition at the wrong time, pride might have grown faster than wisdom. So instead, God allowed you to sit in hiddenness. Not forgotten. Protected. Prepared. And now, the same God who watched your quiet tears, your silent sacrifices, your unseen obedience, is ready to speak a new season over you. The ground that once produced nothing is suddenly becoming fertile. Conversations are happening about your name in rooms you have never entered. Someone who once doubted you is now beginning to say, "We should give them a chance." The very places that ignored you will soon feel drawn toward you. Not because you chased them, but because your time has come. And when your blessing arrives, it will not taste like shortcuts or manipulation. It will taste like peace. It will carry ease. It will settle in your life gently, like rain that finally reaches thirsty soil. Meanwhile, the powerful Father sits in silence for the first time in years, realizing something new. No matter how much influence he has, there is one authority he cannot command. He cannot command heaven. And his daughter, the one who believed she was shielded by his name, will now learn that every action has a weight. That mercy is beautiful, but mercy does not erase responsibility. That forgiveness is real, but forgiveness does not erase consequence. Yet even now, even here, grace does something unexpected. Heaven does not expose to destroy. Heaven exposes to awaken. And while the world is shouting, "Punish! Punish! Punish," heaven whispers something different. Let this become transformation. Because no soul is beyond reaching. No heart is too hard to soften. No life is too broken to rebuild. Even hers. And now, my child, this is where you step into the story again. Because just as justice is unfolding in her world, restoration is unfolding in yours. Where you were restricted, you will feel movement. Where you were confused, you will gain clarity. Where there was heaviness, lightness will return. I will bring mentors into your life. I will send opportunities that fit your calling. I will open doors that do not close simply because someone dislikes you. Your name will be spoken with respect. Your efforts will finally be recognized. Your future will not look like your past. The drought season did not break you. It prepared you for rain. So stand steady. Stay kind. Keep listening. Do not let bitterness grow when blessings begin to arrive. Do not forget humble beginnings when abundance flows. And do not compare your journey with hers or anyone else's. Each story unfolds for a reason. And this story, her fall, her father's shaking, the truth rising, is heaven's reminder that everything built on deceit eventually cracks, and everything built on faith eventually stands strong. You are being positioned, my child. Not loudly. Quietly. Carefully. Intentionally. And as you continue forward, remember this: power may dazzle. Influence may impress. But integrity always outlasts them both. Now breathe. Your next chapter is walking toward you, and it carries something the world cannot manipulate: divine timing. And the rain is only just beginning. My child, the cameras outside her courtroom are still flashing. News anchors are speaking with urgent voices. People are debating in living rooms and buses and shops. Some say she deserves mercy. Others say she deserves the harshest punishment. And yet, none of them truly know what is happening inside her heart right now. Because tonight, when the lights go out and the crowd disappears, she will sit alone. For the first time in years, there will be no assistants, no friends who pretend loyalty, no powerful father beside her. Only silence. Only four walls. Only the weight of everything she has done pressing on her shoulders. And it is there, not in the courtroom, not in front of cameras, that the real battle will happen. The battle inside her soul. She will remember every choice she made. Every warning she ignored. Every time she thought, nothing will happen to me. I'm protected. And slowly, something will begin to break, not her pride for the world to mock, but her heart for heaven to reach. Sometimes, my child, people do not change when life is easy. They change when everything they leaned on collapses. Her father, on the other hand, will not sleep either. He will sit behind his desk, staring into darkness, surrounded by trophies, certificates, awards, photos with important people, symbols of all he achieved. But tonight, none of those things will comfort him. For the first time, he will feel small. And in that moment, a question will echo inside him: what did all this power cost me? He will realize he raised a daughter who believed privilege meant permission. He will realize he covered her mistakes instead of correcting them. He will realize he taught her that consequences were for others, not for people like them. And regret will pierce deeper than any headline ever could. Not because he is losing political control, but because he is losing peace. He will finally see that the system he manipulated cannot rescue him from the feeling of failure that now haunts him. My child, this is why I tell you, do not envy those who look like they have everything. Because sometimes, the people who look strongest on the outside are crumbling quietly on the inside. And sometimes, the ones the world ignores are the ones heaven is preparing. Right now, while their world is shaking, something gentle is forming in yours. A new opportunity. A divine connection. A fresh beginning. Even now, doors are shifting in the background that you cannot see yet. There are people being prepared to meet you. There are rooms that will soon hear your name. There are blessings lining up in a way that will make sense only when they finally reach you. And everything will happen naturally. You will not have to push your way in. You will not have to beg for a place. You will not have to compromise who you are. You will simply walk forward, and the way will open. But listen closely, my child. When higher places start calling you, stay grounded. Stay grateful. Remember every season where you felt unnoticed. Remember every moment you went to sleep feeling forgotten. Those memories are not meant to hurt you, they are meant to anchor you. So that when blessings come, you carry humility. So that when honor appears, your heart remains pure. So that when your life begins to flourish, pride does not grow roots. And just as you are rising, the powerful Father will begin learning lessons he never thought he'd face. Meetings will feel different. Conversations will change tone. People who once feared him will begin to look at him with questions in their eyes. His words will no longer silence truth as quickly as before. Why? Because when heaven decides to reveal something, human control loses its strength. He will try to resist. He will try to negotiate. He will try to push his influence harder. But the more he pushes, the more things slip through his grasp. The tighter he holds, the more fragile everything feels. And for the first time, he will kneel. Not before judges. Not before the crowd. But in the quiet, where no camera can see and no microphone can record. He will bow his head. He will breathe out the pride he held for years. He will whisper words he never wanted to say, I cannot fix this. In that moment, heaven will not laugh at him. Heaven will not mock him. Heaven will not celebrate his fall. Heaven will extend a hand. Because even the proud, when they finally surrender, can still find grace. My child, this is why I want you to keep your heart soft, even toward broken people with powerful titles. They, too, are learning. They, too, are human. They, too, can discover truth through pain. And as this great revealing continues in their world, something even greater is opening in yours. Plans that were stuck will move. Dreams you put aside will revive. Strength you thought you lost will return. The drought did not waste your time. It rebuilt you from the inside out. And what you are about to walk into will not shake like shifting sand, because it is being built the right way, on honesty, on patience, on trust, on faith. The rain that is coming is not meant to drown you. It is meant to nourish everything that was once dry. And when people see your life changing, slowly at first, then all at once, they will wonder, how did this happen? And you will smile, because you will know, it wasn't rushed. It wasn't forced. It wasn't manipulated. It was promised. And promise always arrives, even if it takes longer than expected. My child, keep listening. More is coming. Your story is still unfolding. And heaven is not finished yet. My child, the moment everyone has been waiting for is approaching. The courtroom fills. Voices hush. Cameras stay outside. The nation is on pause. Her father sits in the front row, hands clasped, face pale, unable to control the outcome anymore. The woman enters, no blindfold, no phone, no shield of influence. Just her, the weight of her actions, and the reality that she cannot hide behind power today. The judge looks up. Time slows. For a heartbeat, everything becomes silent, so silent that even the strongest hearts feel fragile. And in that silence, something happens. She lowers her head, not in arrogance, not in defiance, but in surrender. Tears fall, not because she was caught, but because for the first time she understands the pain she caused. The mask of pride breaks. The image of untouchable disappears. And for the first time in years, she whispers in her heart, I was wrong. In that whisper, heaven hears something human again. Her father feels tears rising too, not because he lost control, but because he finally sees truth clearer than power. His throne of influence suddenly looks small. His achievements feel empty compared to the simple, trembling hope that maybe, just maybe, hearts can change. And then the judge speaks. Not as an enemy. Not as a rescuer. But as a voice reminding the world, truth matters. Your heart is racing. Everyone watching, inside homes across the nation, leans forward. They expected a scandal. They expected chaos. Instead, they see something holy happening inside a story filled with darkness, accountability, humility, awakening. The verdict lands, not to destroy, but to correct. Not to crush, but to rebuild. Consequences remain, because actions always carry weight, but the purpose shifts. It is no longer about covering shame. It is about facing truth so healing can begin. And in that moment, heaven whispers to you, do you see now? Power can shake. Fame can fade. But a humbled heart can rise again. My child, this whole storm, this entire unfolding, was never just about crime or scandal or politics. It was about reminding every watching soul, including you, that the ground beneath pride always cracks, and the ground beneath integrity always holds steady. And now, as the gavel falls and the nation exhales, something extraordinary shifts in the unseen world around you. The same God who revealed truth there is releasing breakthrough here. Chains in your life that felt invisible begin loosening. Delays that haunted you begin lifting. Obstacles that blocked you quietly step aside. Not because you forced anything, but because your season finally aligns. You walked through your valleys without corruption. You endured testing without giving in. You stayed honest when compromise looked easier. Heaven noticed. And now, the blessings that were waiting begin to pour. Opportunities arrive wrapped in peace. Relationships become healthier. Money flows with purpose instead of pressure. Strength fills the places exhaustion once lived. People will look at you and say, something changed. But you will know it wasn't sudden. It was planted long ago, watered by patience, tested by silence, grown by faith. And now, the rain you waited for has finally reached your ground. So stand, my child. Stand with gratitude. Stand with wisdom. Stand knowing you are walking into a chapter built correctly. Let the world learn its lessons. Let truth continue to shine. Let justice run its course. And you? You walk forward. Light on your shoulders. Peace in your chest. Purpose in your steps. Because what I am opening for you now, nobody can close. Your drought is over. Your time has come. And this is only the beginning.